In this second part, we can explain the cross analysis and our final conclusions.
Okay, in the present slide, we're able to see the cross-analysis, the graph that was made with the data from all the surveys. All the answers closer to the color of green are the ones that had a bigger correlation, and the ones that are near the red have, well, a smaller correlation. The ones in yellow, we could say that have like a medium correlation, but this would be explained in the next slide. Okay, being honest, at the moment of analyzing the graph, there were certain correlations that were, well, really obvious, being honest. So we just focus on the ones that we considered more interesting. For example, we found an important correlation between the years that people have, the years that they have in their work, and income. For instance, there was a relation between the years, the lower years higher that they had was the more years they had in a work. At the same time, there was a bigger income that they perceived. As we said, something kind of obvious for many people. At the same time, it's something that we had the opportunity to actually realize that it's really true. The next correlation that we want to identify is the level of risk that people perceive is comes directly with the industry that they work in. Here, as we said before, I personally thought that the relation, well, the risk would be in maybe in certain jobs, just like, I don't know, construction. But we were able to see that in many industries, like, for example, the public, or all those industries in which the people had to interact directly with customers, we were able to see that they had a bigger amount of risk. The next correlation that we would like to talk about is there was an aspect that we had to take into consideration that, well, for example, in the surveys, 50% of the surveys will give us a result that 50% of the people they are not trained in medical equipment or being saved or certain stuff, and we saw that this had a direct relation, taking into consideration that most of the people feel unsafe in their works. At the same time, most of the people don't have like a proper treatment. Well, I think this would be all for the cross analysis. Now my partner will give us the conclusions.
So our conclusion, security is a very, very, very important condition to any worker. That condition of is a most important thing to guarantee the productivity and the satisfaction of any worker. Through our research, we were able to find several relevant data. We determined that the three most important conclusions that we found in our investigation and the and the questions is first, most of our responders rated their employment entity as placing medium importance of safety. That's very bad, in my opinion. The most of uh, the most of our the most of research is it say that so many workers does these workers doesn't feel uh, that the employees they that's the business they not guarantee of places these places they not have a very important to safety. The second, most have health insurance and benefits, but must only have the minimum established by law. In one part, this is good. The majority of the workers have insurance and benefit, but this data reveals that condition can be improved. And the third most important data, the main concerns of those survived are the situation of violence in the states and the loss of work due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This we have a actual situation with the pandemic, and we have increase of violence, and these two things are almost feelings of the workers. So the business in the states, they can check these two preoccupation of care workers. That's all. Thank you so much.